What up? What's good? And welcome. My name is Michelle Rogers, aka Usual Ranger 2. I hope everyone had a lovely holiday season, even though it's still going for some of y'all. Happy Kwanzaa. I got y'all. And Happy New Year. I was like, there's something else. Just Happy New Year. New Year 2020 is over. Wonder Woman 1984 has just hit the small screen, and it's getting mixed reviews already. Mine will not be mixed. Spoiler alert! It's not a mixed review. I have so many things to say about this film. So, just so you guys know, spoiler alert. Spoilers will be all up and through this video. So if you have not seen it yet, turn off this video. I don't want anybody saying, oh, she's spraying me. Yeah, you deserve it if you continue watching after this point. So, spoilers. Last time I'm saying it. I also want to add that people have opinions, varying opinions. Every review of this movie and of movies to come will be different. You may like something that I don't. I may like something that you don't like. Like it's going to happen. So don't take offense to anything I say in this movie. Everything in this is a reflection of my opinion and my amazing taste. All right, let's get popping. Whew! This movie was a wild ride, much like the first movie, because everything they threw at me was so different from what I understand of Wonder Woman and her lore and the characters surrounding her, that I feel like I'm being introduced to a brand new character sometimes. Like, I don't know, there's so many things I don't know about her. Honestly, I feel like every time I watch one of these DCEU movies, I'm being reintroduced to the character, because nothing's ever like what it was in the comics or in the animated shows and movies or in the literal last movie. So many variables change. So in watching 1984, I was curious to see where it would go. Let's start with the things that I liked. First one is the color grading. Oh my gosh, the colors in this movie were so vibrant and pretty. I really actually enjoyed the bright costumes and how in the mall scene everything's all bright and colorful and you really feel the 80s. Or what I think the 80s was like. I don't think it was that bright for them, honestly. I think we just remember it a lot brighter than it actually was. You know, I mean, I wasn't born in the 80s, so I don't know. It was just really nice to see, and it wasn't bad. You know, it was a fun, visually impressive movie. Until it wasn't. Steve Trevor. Loved Steve Trevor. Chris Pine did a good job, because Steve Trevor isn't a main character. He's not really important, so to speak. Yes, he sets the groundwork, but he's more of a Gwen Stacy, not a Gwen Stacy. Comic book readers know what I mean. He does a good job with the character. He does a great job making me enjoy watching him, and he brings this life to Diana's character that's not really seen when Gal Gadot's acting alone. Chris Pine does a very good job of bringing energy and fun and humor to the movie. He's fun to watch. He was fun in the first movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed him in this movie. The third thing I liked about this movie would have to be the moment where she's pushing the truck when they're in the desert. And no, I don't mean the entire thing where they're fighting and jumping from car to car and she's under. No, I literally mean the moment when she's pushing the truck. I mean, honestly, when she's cross-fitting that truck down the road, it is so, like, I felt Wonder Woman in that moment. I saw her strength, the special effects weren't bad, it looked good, it looked solid, she looked solid and strong. I loved that. It was a lot like in the first movie when she like giga impacted the tank. It was, oh my gosh. I felt like I was watching Wonder Woman. So yeah, we've got the color grading of the movie, gorgeous. Chris Pine, hilarious. And I don't know what they're doing with blondes in movies nowadays. I don't know why his hair wasn't blonde. It was like gray, streaky, brown, red, brunette. It's weird, but he still was a good character. And then you've got the truck pushing. Those like 2 seconds where she was like pushing the truck. Great. Awesome. Have nothing bad to say about that. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's get into those details, the real meat and potatoes of this film. I'm gonna go through things that just really stood out to me as concerns. First, we're gonna start with Pedro Pascal as the villain Maximo. I don't know if you guys know about Maxwell Lord. To be honest, I don't even know if DC really knows about Maxwell. Because the Supergirl version of Maxwell Lord was a lot closer, but it still didn't hit. To be honest, the whole age thing is a little weird as well. Because does that mean that the original Blue Beetle was killed in 1983 or so? But then how old is... And then the timeline's messed up. This is what I mean by DC coming up with new things all the time. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is Kristen Wiig, who's just kind of like replaceable. Like, I mean, there's no problem with picking her, but you could also have picked anybody else for this role. So it's not like a, oh my gosh, she brought the character to life. I now have a new appreciation for Minerva. No, that's not what really happened. She was a character in the movie who turned into a Catwoman at the end. This character is like if you gave Tina Fey Halle Berry's Catwoman powers. And it was spot on. She was whatever, you know, the mousy girl who turns hot from wishing to be like somebody else. And then she's like, no, I don't want to be like anyone else. I want to be an apex predator. What really bothered me about this was when I was watching the movie with the Usual Rangers, Jerry said, hey, I get it. She's losing her humanity. And I was like, oh, that's brilliant. She loses her humanity so much that she turns into a cat. You know, right? No, she makes another wish and then she turns into Cheetah. And it's like, You know, now that we're kind of talking about this whole thing, I realized that it really wasn't stated or shown what she actually lost. I mean, yeah, Diana had that speech where she was, you were losing your humanity. And she didn't want to stop being hot. She didn't really lose anything. You know what I mean? Like, Diana, you wish for your prince to come back. He comes back. You lose your powers. Equivalent exchange. Home dude's making a whole bunch of other people make wishes. He's losing his life force and his health, which makes sense because he can't live to be great if he's dying. What is Cheetah really giving up? Oh, she's a little meaner. She only started being mean because she was sexually harassed by the same man twice. She was like, no, I'm getting my revenge. That was more driven. There was a reason behind that. I don't see that as her losing her humanity or really losing anything. She's getting revenge. And then when she's trying to stop Diana, she's like, I don't want to stop being hot. That was so relatable. I can't say anything bad about that. She didn't really give up anything. So forgive me if I don't necessarily see her equivalent exchange. And speaking of not being able to see, what was that ending fight? No, what was that? I noticed in the beginning, they had the circus performer type things. You know, you had some acrobats here doing a whole bunch of stuff. Or, you know, the mascara showing how they train for these Olympic things that are going on. Okay, cool, fine. But they brought that back in the end with this Cirque du Soleil merry-go-round type events. It was really bad. And guys, if you look up on YouTube right now, Cheetah versus Wonder Woman, if you look up the animated movies, the TV show, look up some comics, you will see some awesome hand-to-hand combat. I mean, when I was younger, I never understood why Cheetah was Wonder Woman's nemesis. But of course, once I started watching the actual films and learning a lot more, I realized, yeah, they go toe-to-toe. This showed none of that. And don't get it twisted, I don't think she should have been taken out of the film. I think Cheetah filled a certain role, which was fine. She did her part. It's just, when that was the end, that was a huge letdown. That was really, really bad. It was like watching a bird and a kitten fight. It was weak. I mean, you could barely see her because they made it dark to cover up the bad CGI, which makes no sense. It's 2020. You guys had how much money to make this movie? There's no excuse for bad CGI, all right? None whatsoever. Like, I hate to be that fan, but let's look at Marvel for a second. I know, I'm sorry. But Thanos looks amazing. I mean, he looked amazing when they first introduced him. And Wonder Woman, you can't do a Cheetah? Like, what, did the budget all go to that gold outfit nonsense and the coloring of the movie? We've done it before, okay? CG the actress's face on the stunt woman and have the other stunt woman be Cheetah and then just have them go at it, right? because that's what these characters do. I mean, between the bad CGI, the weak fight, and then just the way she looked in general, it was underwhelming. And I kind of see why people are like, yo, get rid of her, take her out. We don't want her in the movie. There's no point for her in the movie. Because if you're going to end her like that, you might as well just not do it. Like, if you watch the Justice League cartoon, it is. Everybody gets their bad guys. Everybody has their bad guys. Wonder Woman has cheated. That's why she's there. And if that's what you're going to do with her, you might as well leave her out. Because that's just disappointing. And speaking of, there was no fighting in this movie. You can't tell me otherwise. What, she knocked a few guns out of some guy's hands in the White House? She hit a few trucks? The beginning of the film really set the bar for what we were in for the rest of the film regarding the fighting and the special effects. I mean, to start off with how much she was doing to subdue, what was it, like regular human guys who didn't even have their guns out? Yeah, she did a lot of extra. The swinging and the skate walking that DC seems to think is what superpowered people run and fight like. I mean, there were so many things in just the first scene alone that were cheesy, weak. It was just a bunch of sliding and gliding and rope tricks. Oh my gosh, the rope tricks. Like, she threw everybody. It was like she wasn't trying to fight anyone. I don't know if you guys really watched the animated shows or the movies or anything like that, but Wonder Woman's hand-to-hand combat comes first. Like, in the Justice League, she had the lasso. Barely saw that thing. Compared to like how much she was fighting and deflecting bullets, she is adept at a lot of different things. Okay, she knows a lot of martial arts. She knows a lot of weapons, combat, all that stuff. She is very well prepared for war. But the weapons come later. The weapons are not primary. So to see her in this movie not really hitting anything, it's kind of lame. And to play devil's advocate, there's not really much in this movie that she can be fighting toe-to-toe like that. She can easily take down anybody she's after. But that's where Cheetah comes in. And all she spin around while Cheetah slashed at her. That was actually nothing. Let's talk about how floaty she was. How just she glided on everything as if she was on ice. As if she had butter roller skates and she was on ice. It was like there was no sense of gravity. And that showed up multiple times when she was swinging on things, especially in the first scene. Whenever she swung on something, it was just slow moving, like how Christopher Reeves used to just slowly take off, or slowly be flying somewhere, or he's carrying someone. We have to watch the entire thing because they're on strings, and there's only so much you can really do with that technology. I mean, now, once again, it's 2020. We have so many different things and apparatuses and stunt people who are here to make these action movies more action-packed and feel more real and grounded. Wonder Woman did not take those. They said, no thank you. Quality, keep that away. Because in every scene where she's fighting, where she's going somewhere, let's take the opening scene, for example, how she's going from balcony to balcony, for some reason, going after these same 4 guys. It's like you're doing a lot to get 4 regular people when you're insanely fast and strong. But they wanted to show it all. They wanted to do it all. And in showing it all and doing it all, it came off weak. And I know I say that word a lot, but that's really what it is. Speaking of how floaty she was and whatnot, let's talk about the green screen effects. Her being floaty in front of the green screens. While they did a great job of matching the lighting to the background and making you see that she was there, your brain's still disconnected because of her and all that they had her wrapped into to make it come to life. The next example would be her running. Y'all, there's a shot that I know Patty Jenkins was like, that's what I want. That's the new shot. That is the new Wonder Woman in action shot. Everyone's gonna see this shot, remember it for forever, and be like, yes, we're gonna remember it forever, as it could have been better. The shot where she's running for the first time on that road, the desert road, and it's a shoulder crop, it's close up, and she's going, and you see the green screen, you see Gal Gadot's lack of physicality, you see her head doing this weird tilt thing that it does. That shot literally encompasses the movie. I know the first scene sets the stage, sets the table, lets you know what you're in for. And that scene encompasses just how well they did this movie. And I gotta tell y'all, that shot was bad. It took me right out of it. I mean, I have never seen such stiff movements before. And the part where she's running down the road and she's going at it, her torso, everything, stiff as a board. Her arms are going, her legs are going. She looks like a stick figure. You disassociate real quick because it doesn't look natural. It doesn't look like she's actually running on the road. So you have this floatiness coupled with the green screen, coupled with the rig, and it just comes off as awkward and just bad. And here we are, guys. After a long journey, we've made it to the end. The last piece of the puzzle. The last tortilla chip. The last unicorn. Gal Gadot herself. A lot of people like her. You're entitled to your opinion. I think she's gorgeous. A little too gorgeous. Honestly, she's a little too skinny to play Wonder Woman in my opinion. I wanted a buffer Wonder Woman. I wanted someone to look like she fights, because that's one of the amazing things that they've started doing in the comics and in these animated shows and movies. They're actually taking the time to draw her with muscles, which is very important if we're going to be talking about feminism and body image. You know what I mean? One of the things people joke about when they play video games is that female armorers all cover the tits, cover the important bits, but everything else is fair game because I am just too awesome and sexy for you to hit me. Yeah, no, we don't like that. But, to be honest, we don't want to go as far as Phasma in the latest Star Wars movies because I didn't know she was a girl. Is it bad? No, not really. I mean, if you're just gonna make armor, make armor. But with Gal Gadot and how thin she is, she's this perfect statuesque, model-esque woman who's just gorgeous to look at. Is Diana supposed to be beautiful? Yes, Diana's a very beautiful woman. They have never drawn Wonder Woman ugly. I think the ugliest she's ever been is Injustice. That wasn't cute. But that's not her only feature. I think one of the charms to Wonder Woman is the fact that she is a larger woman, that she does stand as tall as Bruce and Clark Kent, that you can't ignore her in a room because she has this presence. Gal Gadot doesn't really have that presence. I'm not really feeling it. I don't know what you guys are feeling. Maybe you guys are awestruck by how beautiful she is. Okay, I want a little bit more from Wonder Woman. And that translates into everything that she does. I've seen her in a few comedic things. She's funny. Yeah, I like her personality. I can't say enough how pretty she is. But I don't want just pretty from my Wonder Woman. When she was walking from the crash after she clumsily saved those two kids, she's gangly. She's a deer that got hit by a car. Are deers beautiful? Yes. Are they elegant and graceful? Yes. Would you ride a deer into battle? Alright guys, I still have a few things in my mind prattling around about this movie, but that's overall my take. Was it better than the first movie? I don't really know. I really don't know, and it's not a strong film on its own. I don't even think having a theatrical release would have made this movie better. It is what it is. If you enjoyed it, kudos to you. Once again, like I said at the beginning, this is my opinion. You're allowed to like what you like. I'm allowed to not like what I don't like. Jeez, this movie. So yeah, that's how I feel about this movie. There was a lot going on, but nothing really landed or stuck except for when she was pushing that truck. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. If there's anything else you would like me to review or give my opinion on, or if you would like to put some of your opinions down in the comments, please do so. I'm very curious to hear what people actually liked about this film. So guys, if you like this video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you comment below and tell me your opinions, alright? Catch you later.